welcome back to Schwermetallisch. Last Sunday I had the pleasure to talk to the guys of the band Oceana from Italy. They play, let me see, gothic doom death metal. That's quite a mixture. We had a lot of fun, talked about so many things. Uh, Music, Corona, pandemic, 2020 and when the guys begin with making music and stuff like that. So just tune in, check us out, and have a lot of fun. Subscribe to my channel, like, comment, do what you must. But most important of all, stay safe. Schwermetallisch today with Alessandro and Massimiliano of the band Oceana.
Hey there.
From Italy, of course. So, yeah. Hi, guys.
Hi.
Hey.
How are you doing?
We're fine, man. You?
That's great, yeah. I'm fine too. Had a big breakfast, so all is all right.
Yeah, it's always good to have a good breakfast, you know.
Yeah, bacon, eggs, orange juice, and lots of coffee, of course.
Yeah.
Good stuff, man.
Yeah.
No coffee left, okay, but I have cola. Coca-Cola. Yeah, it's not Coke. It's another brand. But it's quite good. Okay, it's a zero. No calories for me.
Good.
So, yeah, guys. The first thing I have to ask is about the cover. You have a cover from Travis Smith, who is of course a big gun in the business.
Yeah.
How come you have a Travis Smith cover on your new record, The Pattern?
Travis is a friend of mine since the artwork he did with Novembre, my other band, and he is pure genius. He's an absolutely talentuous man and a big artist, and I really love the album cover. I think is a masterpiece. This is the CD. I don't know if
it's really cool. Yeah, I know he did cover artwork for Ice Earth, for Horror Show, and Something Wicked This Way Comes too.
Yeah.
So of course I'm familiar with his work, and it's great for a band to have
also
involved with an artist like that.
Yeah, also Opeth, Catatonia, and many great bands. He's an artist. I got no words to describe it.
Yeah, I know from reviews there are a lot of bands who are not so lucky when it comes to cover artworks. Like sometimes you really have to check out the music despite the cover.
Yeah.
It's like, okay, that looks really shitty, but maybe there's good music in it. And it's always easier if you have cover artwork that speaks to you and it looks great like this. So
I'm lucky to be a friend of him.
Yeah, it's always great to have friends. So some more than others. I know I have friends or had friends where I thought, oh man, it was not so great to have you as a friend, but life happens. Your new record, The Pattern, comes out in 5 days on the 29th of
January 29th.
January. That is a fucked up word. I always think maybe I will pretend to be a Viking for a moment so no one will notice that it's really hard for me to speak. January. So The Pattern comes out in 5 days. And what is your favorite song of that new record?
Such a question.
Sandra.
Yeah, since every song is like a song for us, it's really hard to choose one. But if I have to pick one, I guess for me, at least, Atlantidea. Atlantidea is one of my favorite songs ever in life. Not only because it's Oceana song, but I really love it. I just can't explain why. Maybe because it's really long suites, and uh, I don't know, it's beautiful to me. I love every song of the album. I love every Oceana song, but Atlantida has something more.
I'm agree with Alessandro, and I choose Atlantidea for its complexity. And you don't know the first single because it is the newest song. So I write it with with a new knowledge of songwriting and stuff like that. So I really love You Don't Know. But Atlantidea is our most complex and complete song in a songwriting way.
Yeah, great. So it's always great for the listeners. If they don't know you as a band, they simply know. Okay, I might check that one out first because the vocalist, the drummer said, okay, that's my favorite. And yeah, usually it's different songs because I think as a drummer you listen differently to music and you feel music in a different way than a vocalist because yeah, you do your stuff with the hands and you do your stuff with your chest and your mouth, and it's a complete different approach to music, to being a musician. But it's I think it's the most both of you are the most yeah um, most involved in body activity
Yeah,
in the band because
yeah,
you are beating and punching and kicking the rhythm into the music like yeah, like a heart beats and pumps the blood into the body, and you, yeah, I always think the vocalist is like, yeah, the soul of the structure. So it's heart and soul, and that's of,
yeah,
co- of, of
He is
course
the pulsing
different.
heart of our music, so it's true. It's true.
yeah. But
Yeah, patterns.
it's also true that it's different most of the times, to have different ideas and feelings about the song between a singer, guitarist, or and a drummer. But in this particular case, Atlantida is the biggest box. It contains uh, most parts of the band, um, starting from music, passing through, heart, soul, feelings. It's a really complex. It's a really complex one, but it is the biggest box we have, if you know what I mean.
You mean it's like everything that embodies you as a band is a part of this song.
Yeah, yeah, it's something like that. Yeah,
It's like you go grocery shopping and you in every aisle you got in the supermarket, you take one thing out.
yeah. It's this way for me, perhaps. There's groovy parts and rumble-based parts and progressive parts, melodic ones, and we can choose. It's a big deal.
Or it's like with a buffet.
Yeah, yeah. All you can eat buffet.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yes.
I miss those. I can tell you, I miss those. We have
Yeah, we
a,
missed
a
them too.
we have a cafe in the city I live in, and it's like you can every day of the week. I think yeah, even on Sundays, you can go there and pay like 10 or 12 euros, and there's these really big all-you-can-eat breakfast buffet with bacon and sausages and
Fantastic.
I don't know how it's called in Italy, but I don't know if you know what a fricadelle is. It's
Yeah,
like a big
absolutely.
meatball.
Yeah,
It's not. It's totally different than the meatballs you put in your bolognese or
yeah,
your
yeah.
your stuff, and totally different to the meatballs stuff in America. In America, it's like meatballs are without. It's just meat.
Yeah.
It's just meat and nothing else. And in Europe, in Italy, and in Germany, it's like it's meat and it's pepper and it's salt and maybe it's oregano and
Yeah.
stuff like that.
Or
Cheese, perhaps.
cheese,
Or
bread,
cheese.
and stuff like that.
Yeah. And yeah, frikadelle is just like it's meat and it's bread roll,
Yeah,
like and I don't know how to
it's like Italian
about
ones.
this, but
Yeah,
it's a part of the structure of the meatball is
yeah,
bread and onions. So it's a totally different taste to a normal meatball you do into your bolognese or stuff like that.
yeah. Delicious.
Um, but still, it's there are some that are really great, and there are some that are really bad.
Right.
And the ones at the cafe are right in the middle. They're okay, but the bacon there is great. The eggs are great, and they have bread rolls and baguette and bread and jam, sausage, cheese, everything. And
Oh
I
my
really
God,
miss
I'm
that
getting
because
hungry.
The perfect breakfast.
yeah, you
Absolutely.
can eat
It's,
so fucking much, and I can eat big amounts of stuff, but there's no chance. I do two dishes like that, and it's like okay, I'm finished. I miss that because we're in lockdown, of course, at the moment, and that sucks, you know. I
Yeah,
I
yeah.
know that you know that sucks. Um, yeah, away from that, so the band started in 1994.
yeah.
And there was quite a big hiatus between 1969, your first EP, and the first full-length release in 5 days, The Pattern. Why? Why is that?
There was no big deals or fights or stuff or serious stuff. I started. I joined November in 1997. So it becomes my first project, my priority. So Alessandro started to do other kind of works. Sorry. So the band became a side project, and that's it. No big deals.
Yeah, everything has happened really in a really natural way since we are friends, really long time friends. So we just stopped, you know. We just say, okay, let's wait. Massimiliano's career has gone great, and everyone was happy about that. So, and so it was natural to get back at work a couple of years ago to having the pattern.
When I remember it correctly, I just looked it up a few moments ago. You were really young when starting Oceana.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was like you were, I think, 15.
Uh, six. I was 17, 16,
Oh,
17.
yeah. And so I was 14, 15. Yeah.
Yeah, okay. So for that is perfectly reasonable to I think that life comes in between
Yeah.
and there's stuff happening. If you would have been like 30 at the moment, that there I think there would have to be some major happening of a big
Yeah.
fight
First.
or something like that. Drugs, explosions, World War, I don't know, Godzilla, or like the Japanese say, Gojira.
Yeah.
But of course, if you're young like that, it's totally reasonable
Yeah.
to just test yourself and look into other possibilities and opportunities. So, what are your main influences as a band, guys?
I would say Paradise Lost, Catatonia, or Edge of Sanity, Nightingale. Everything, every band from Dance Porno, or Metallica, Megadeth, or a wide range of genres. So I would say everything from thrash metal or gothic doom or death metal, European death metal.
You have nothing to add to this.
No, no, absolutely not. Just said everything.
It's
Just-
like in a courtroom.
Yeah, talking about metal, back in the years, we had same taste is, we like the same stuff.
It's good to mention Metallica and Megadeth because I'm heavily involved in those two bands at the moment too. I recently did a video with a friend of mine from Sorcerer, the bassman Justin, and we talked about So Far So Good So What,
What a great album.
Wow.
and why this is underrated, and why we understand it's underrated but still think it's a great album, and what's the favorite stuff and stuff like that. That will be out on my page or his page soon. We will have to edit it was this one, and I think we will do this again too, because it's always great to do a retrospective and to talk about stuff
Yeah.
that is kind of the base of modern music, or part of the base. So Megadeth is always great. It's an underrated band, I think. Even if they are really big, we don't talk enough about Megadeth.
I agree.
I totally agree.
I agree.
So you're a big fan of Catatonia and Paradise Lost, of course. That are big influences to your style of music and to your approach to composing.
Yeah.
Okay, that's great. Yeah, I talked to about this with many bands already, but always the same. What are your post-COVID plans?
We would like to play live as soon as possible. Uh, the situation is absurd, and having a CD out in 2021 is really hard to promote it. So I hope to to play live really soon.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I joined, of course, what Massimiliano just said. We want to play on stage. Actually, we are working on new material, new songs for the next album, but the main goal is to play on stage.
Yeah, of course. I always imagine this is like having a brand new toy. You're like 6 or 7 years old and have a big new transformer that's always half a meter in size, and you cannot play with it because it's Christmas Eve and you have to sing a few Christmas songs or shit like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah.
So, what are the up and downsides of touring?
The pros are the big friendship you have with all the musicians involved. The cons are the stress, the bad food, or the few hours of sleep that them are not enough. You are always tired and always full of pains. So that's it. That's it. I would say this.
I just can't answer properly to this question because I never toured myself. So, because I have, of course, some gigs here in Rome and in Italy, but I never had a tour myself with a band. So I'll let you know.
Okay, we have to do this again as soon as you had a big ass tour. I will question. I will ask this one again, of course. So yeah, my final question for today already
Okay.
is: what is your dream lineup for tour yourself as a band included?
I would say Paradise Lost, Catatonia, Oceana.
Yeah,
It would be a dream. That
that's
Yeah.
them are my favorite bands ever. So
Yeah, I will have to look up who does the management for Catatonia and Paradise Lost, and maybe I can send them the interview.
I hope. I really hope.
It's like, hey, these guys. I really do think, as painful and catastrophic the past year has been, and how horrendous this whole pandemic was and still is,
Mm,
that the future will hold possibilities we cannot imagine.
yeah.
I really hope that some things will be better in the future when when touring and concerts and gigs and all this is possible again. That maybe we will have new festivals and more concerts in the first few months and maybe years, because every musician was staying at home 1 year, and some of them wrote, I don't know, 4 records in the meantime, and it's
Yeah.
like, okay, we have to tour 10 years straight now because I wrote so fucking much music.
Yeah. We are
Yeah.
already writing the new album. So I think we will record it in June of this year. Uh, Pandemic is a big stop for everything musically speaking, but it's not a stop for songwriting and arranging new songs. So we are taking care of this kind of stuff nowadays.
Very good. So the next record is already
Yeah.
planned
yeah.
and written. That's great. Yeah. So that's it for me for today. Thanks for having me, and I wish you yeah, a nice evening, and
Thank you
the
so much.
best of luck on the 29th of January.
You.
Thank you.
That was okay.
Thank you so much. We
Thank
are.
you so much, man.
It was a pleasure.
Yeah. See you next time, and we have to talk again after your first tour, Alessandro.
Yeah,
Of course.
yeah, I can't wait.
Okay. Bye bye.
Bye,
Bye
man.
bye. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome.